Welcome back. Within our consideration of fasting, we have transitioned to Moses' relationship with Yahweh. We've considered Moses' interaction with Yahweh on the mountain twice. The first time prior to the fabrication of the golden calf, when Yahweh told Moses he would wipe out Israel and start anew with Moses. And Moses called upon Yahweh to relent in respect for the honor of Yahweh's name. The second time was shortly afterwards when Yahweh revealed his glory to Moses, and Moses fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. When Moses descended the mountain, his face shone with a reflection of the radiance of Yahweh's glory. Before we continue to look at additional biblical teachings regarding fasting, I'd like to consider the beginning of Moses' encounters with Yahweh, the burning bush. Moses had originally thought that he would be the deliverer of Israel, but he sought to do it his own way, on his own. When he was 40 years old, he killed an Egyptian who was beating an Israelite, and then fled from Pharaoh into the wilderness. He spent the next 40 years of his life living as a shepherd in the wilderness, until that day he heard Yahweh calling to him from the midst of a bush that was consumed in flames, and yet was not being consumed. This is when the intimacy between Moses and Yahweh began. I'd like to take a couple days to meditate upon Moses' first encounter with Yahweh. Today I want to consider the first 5 verses of Exodus chapter 3. Now Moses was tending the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian. And he led the flock to the back of the desert, and came to Horeb, the mountain of God. And the angel of Yahweh appeared to him in a flame of fire from the midst of a bush. So he looked, and behold, the bush was burning with fire, but the bush was not consumed. Then Moses said, I will now turn aside and see this great sight, why the bush does not burn. So when Yahweh saw that he turned aside to look, God called to him from the midst of the bush and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, Here I am. Then he, that is Yahweh, said, Do not draw near this place. Take your sandals off your feet, for the place where you stand is holy ground. Note that it was Yahweh who first initiated the relationship. And he did so in a manner to get Moses' attention. Has God ever done anything in your life to get your attention? How did you respond? What did you do? Did you ignore it? Or did you respond? Note Yahweh's first communication with Moses was a command. Do not draw near. Take off your sandals. But then he gives him the reason. For the place where you are standing is holy ground. When we consider the teaching of Jesus regarding prayer back in the midst of the Sermon on the Mount, when he told his disciples, in this manner, therefore pray, we discuss the importance of recognizing the holiness of God. Though God has adopted us and given us the privilege of sonship, he still is God, and we are still created beings. Though I can approach the throne of God boldly because of his grace, I must remember that he is holy, holy, holy. I must treat him in my relationship with him with the reverence that he deserves. And as we see, he demands. Take off your sandals, because the place where you are standing is holy ground. As we enter into the presence of the God of the universe, the King of the kings, the Lord of lords, I must recognize his holiness, his greatness, his sovereignty, his reverence, and treat him with the respect and the reverence that he rightly deserves. As you take time to pray today, go to the Lord, considering who he is, glorifying him and praising him for the privilege that you have to enter into this Holy of Holies because of his grace, because of his mercy. Pray and have a blessed day.